Yo, guys, can you hear me? Yo, guys, can you hear me? Okay, guys, I managed to get the mic working. So, as the title suggests, we're doing a review of the Gran Turismo 7 new update 1.40, and the car I've been waiting for the most to come in here is the Nismo 400R, and I can't wait till I drive it. But this car, as you can see here, the Mercedes 190E. This car is also known as the Mercedes Cosworth. It has a 2.5 litre Cosworth engine, so I can't wait till I drive this one as well. You know the I'm a huge fan of Cosworth. Anything. So this car has a Cosworth engine, and you could read in the brief description. Just as I was buying this car, this car dominated the 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 motorsports scene, in Germany. Well, wherever this car competed, it won. Mainly due to that Cosworth engine. Um, the Nismo 400R actually has Cosworth parts. The pistons are from Cosworth. They're specially derived from Cosworth. Cosworth is the ultimate tuner, in my opinion. Well, factually, Formula One even Formula One's most won. Um, the engine that's won the most is the Ford Cosworth. So Ford has won more titles at the top of motorsport than anybody else, and that's due to the Cosworth engine, because Ford was mainly ran the Cosworth engine, and Ford actually still owned Cosworth pretty much, and then they were sold. Then Audi bought them. I think they're technically free market just now, but a couple of points in Cosworth's um, history, it was owned by Audi and it was owned by um, Ford. You know, so like they had, um, for example, Audi RS engines. Um, the best of the best engines in the world all use Cosworth components, like for example the pistons, the camshafts, etc., etc., valves. Because Cosworth, are just the epitome of engineering when it comes to motorsport. For example, today, the Aston Martin, their hypercar series all run Cosworth engines. Gordon Murray's, the guy who made the McLaren F1, um, his company, Gordon Murray Automotive, through the T50s, his basically the new McLaren F1s all have Cosworth engines, but this car has a Cosworth engine, and the guys that know my channel know I can talk about cars for hours, and I do talk about cars forever. So, so once I get started in something, I don't stop. But yeah, I can't wait till I drive this Cosworth Mercedes. What else do we need to buy here? Well, we'll buy another Nismo 400R. I'll have them in different colours. Yeah, so yeah, just did another quick make test there. My cousin actually lent me his PS5. So originally it was only going to be for a couple of weeks, but you know, he's actually got all the computers in the world, like no joke. Um, so he doesn't actually use the PS5. So I've had it for just over a couple of months now. But I'll have to give it back to him soon. But I'm really enjoying having the PlayStation 5. But I will have to give it back at some point. So the um, but yeah, so I'm doing this live stream using the PS5 controller. So it feels really strange, talking into this control pad. But I've done a couple of mic tests now, and it seems to be working. It took me a while to get it set up, though. The PS5 controller was automatically set to mute, so that's why you couldn't hear me at the start of the video. But we're all good now, though, so we'll get on with this review. But yeah, that Nismo 400R. I mean, well, I'll do a full review on that car, but let's buy the rest of them. Yeah, I'm reviewing my live stream back here, and the loading bar's coming up. The little circle. Where it's refreshing. So I don't know what's going on there. See if we can fix that. Obviously where I live, in the Highlands of Scotland, in the Isle of Skye, like I literally live in an island, in a very rural area, so, the internet's not the best up here, so, wait, hold on, hopefully you can, um, hopefully the live stream's watchable. Let's see here. That seems to be better now. Yeah, so I've got the loading screen. The little circle that goes round and round in the centre when the internet's poor or whatever. So, I'll watch it back later and see, see if it's any good as well. So we've got the new Dodge Challenger Demon. Don't like the name Demon, but this car is. Well, actually, this is the fastest car in the world. In fact, 0 in the quarter mile. in terms of the fastest production car. Not this 2018 model, but the new one. Um, it does 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds. I think this one's 1.8 seconds. Wonder if it'll tell you in here. The information's terrible. I mean, these cars have, especially cars like this, they have such a extensive history in the automotive world. Where they're literally unicorns of the um, automotive world. For example, this car is the fastest car in the world right now. The new version of this, the 2022 version, I think it is. As I said, it's 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds. That's faster than any electric car. So the fastest accelerating car in the world is this car, the new version of this car, the Demon, the Dodge Challenger Demon, and the. But I think this car accelerates 0 to 60 1.8, 1.7 seconds. But as I said, the automotive information in this game is really subpar. I mean, there's such a wealth of knowledge in these vehicles that you just don't get. So if you Google, the fastest accelerating car in the world, you'll see it's the Dodge Demon, 1.6 seconds, 2022 model or something. But as I said, I think this one's 1.8 seconds or something. But again, we'll see if it, as I said, the information, the car information in this game is really bad. Where they can times it by 10 and they're still not getting close. You can times the information by 10 in this game per car, and you're still not getting all of the incredible knowledge that belongs to these vehicles. But let's see if it'll tell us it's not to 60 here. I highly doubt it. Oh well, it gives us a quarter mile, so that's good. So it can run the quarter mile in 9.65 seconds. So that is so that's good information. So that's one of the fastest production cars in the world. In the 9 seconds doing the quarter mile. But you can see there's no 0 to 60 here. In fact, this car is so fast it's literally banned from drag racing in North America. Yeah, it's it has an unfair advantage actually. So when this car comes to the drag circuit, everybody else pretty much goes home. So it's pretty sad that they had to ban it. But in the automotive world, that's what happens. The master rotary engine came along, blew the competition out of the water, got banned. Audi brought four-wheel drive. Well, actually, the actual four-wheel drive of Audi was accepted in the rally, but it wasn't accepted in touring cars, and that got banned. But also, just before Audi came to the touring car world, the DTM world, actually, Nissan Skylines, aka Godzilla, the car's nickname is Godzilla, it actually got banned before the Audis did. But the Audis didn't compete in that category of racing. That Godzilla got banned in, like the Australian V8 Super touring cars and stuff like that. The straight six Godzilla engine destroyed them all, and so that they were four-wheel drive cars and four-wheel steering cars, and they ended up getting banned. So this is an unfortunate thing in the automotive world, where a car has an unfair advantage. Well, it's not even an unfair advantage. When a car has an advantage, rather than the rest of the cars coming up to the level, they just ban the actual car. It's like their noses are out of joint. These these. There's no kind way to say it. These. Well, I'll try and be kind. The authority in the automotive world. They're they're really corrupt. That's the kindest way I can say it. Um, in this YouTube, you just get banned for anything. So you've just got to, um, you have to watch your P's and Q's. The so basically, that's um, it's really sad. That when a car has an advantage, it ends up getting banned. So unfortunately, this is one of the banned cars we're looking at. Yeah, so you can see, but it's actually good. We never got it's not to 60, but it did tell us it's quarter mile time. So this is a production car, but what's not telling you there again, no surprise. You can actually put meth in this engine, and it'll take it from 800 brake horsepower to over 1,000. But there's just so much information. Again, you're not getting any information from this game. But like if you Google this car, there's different tuning settings. You can have the car at different levels of horsepower. Um, so at maximum horsepower, this car can go over 1,000 brake horsepower. Um, with a launch speed and acceleration that's counted among the best in the world. So you can see here, it's not telling you that the Dodge Demon is the fastest accelerating car in the world with 0 to 60 in 1.6 seconds. It just says it's among the best. But not this version, the 2018 version, but the new Demon is the fastest accelerating car in the world, with 0 to 60 coming in only 1.6 seconds. And you can just Google that if you don't believe me. Just Google fastest accelerating car in the world. You'll see it's this car here. But it should tell us it's 0 to 60, not just say it's one of the fastest accelerating cars in the world. But it's good it gave us its quarter mile though, that 9.65 seconds. I believe the new Demon does it in the eighths. It's actually an 8-second quarter mile, the new version of this car. It's called the Red Eye as well, the Demon Red Eye. And in fact, this car is so fast, it's literally banned from drag racing. And it's not just banned in North America, it's banned in quite a few places, especially if you put the meth, if you put the meth fuel in. And what it means by this is what's more, Dodge sold performance kits for the Demon, the likes of which you won't find anywhere else. This car came with a drag option where you literally got drag tyres, and it actually came with a bar that you put in the rear bumper to stop it from wheeling. This car will actually wheelie off the line because it's got so much power and so much grip at the rear. It also comes with a special brake kit, a drag racing brake kit, where the car itself holds the brakes on, basically which gives you the perfect launch, and you just release the brake and it just catapults off the line. It actually heats the tyres up as well, because the brakes actually create heat by keeping at this top, in its top form, this car produces over 1,000 brake horsepower. The heat of the brakes trying to, keeping this car in lockdown at the start of the drag race, it actually puts heat into the tyres as well. The brakes get really, really hot, and you can only keep it there for a few seconds before you cook the brakes, and then you release it. So that actually heats the tyres up as well. So there's so much tricks, but that's what it means. That's what it means by what's more, Dodge sold performance kits for the Demon, the likes of which you won't find anywhere else, and that's true. I mean, I believe this is the only car in the world that comes with a full, a drag race option where it gives you drag tyres. Basically everything you can find on a real drag racing car. That comes from the factory with this vehicle. But it's disappointing. So we'll find out if it gives it. Hold on, I'll just Google a 0 to 60 of this car, the 2018 model. It says here 2.7 seconds, but if you put this car again, as it said in the information category there, if you put this car into the drag spec mode, it will go to over 1,000 brake horsepower, and so like that'll be its stock form, 2.7 seconds. But if you again with the options, if you choose to buy them, the drag spec of this vehicle, obviously that 0 to 60 goes right down. Now I hate electric cars, but I'm going to buy this just for a review. Yeah, so we'll buy all of these vehicles and we'll do a review on them. Right now, so this is going to be really cool. So, among like the richest people in the world, the biggest car collectors in the world, um, there's 3 cars that are said to have the best engine noises in the world. This is one of them. So, among the richest people in the world and among the best car collectors in the world, there's 3 cars that are known to have the best engine sound. Even though this one isn't actually a real engine sound, Yamaha is actually a fake engine sound. It's this car has a Yamaha engine and it has a Yamaha exhaust, and the noise from this car is actually computerized. It's not real. Um, but it does have a nice V10 sound naturally, but the wild this car sounds like a Banshee. The whale of this car isn't actually a real whale, whereas in the other 2 cars it's a real whale. The other 2 cars is a Porsche Carrera GT and a Lamborghini Murcielago, which is a V12. So ironically, and I agree with this actually, these are the 3 best sounding cars in the world. 2 of them are V10s. I mean, this isn't a real noise, this one, but for the sake of it being world renowned as one of the best sounding cars, I'll allow it in where normally I wouldn't allow it, because it's not a real, it's a computer noise. It's computerized. Same with all Aston Martins. They put basically it's manipulated. The exhaust sound is manipulated. But in this one, it's the worst case, because it's Yamaha do keyboards. They're right into their sound. Yamaha guitars, keyboards. So like they basically perfected the sound on this car. But in the top 3, 2 of them are V10s. This one's a V10. The Porsche Carrera GT is a V10, and the Lamborghini Murcielago is a V12. But as I said, both the Lamborghini V12 and the Porsche V10, they're actually real engine sounds. There's no manipulation there. They just sound like Banshees. Basically, all 3 of them sound like Formula One cars, road legal Formula One cars. but the Lambo and the Porsche, they're real. This car, the noise that comes from this thing isn't real. But we're going to buy it anyway. There we go, guys. That's the best sounding cars in the world there. So you can, whatever you think is the best, you can put it in the message. Hold on, I'll just write that down. Oh, what do you guys think? Hold on. What do you guys think is the best sounding engines? Yes, I've actually been waiting to do this test for a while now, but of course with the Lexus not being here, um, even with its fake sound, um, I couldn't do this test before. But now we've got the three best sounding cars in the world, and the best sounding car in the world, this four-rotor Roti in here. We can actually listen to them all. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is a highly contested. Online, there's just huge debates about this online. But with this video, with this live stream, you can just see yourself what the best is. You can listen to but we'll actually get some of the runners up, like the RB26 engine, the 2JZ Super engine. We'll get some of the best of the rest in here as well. So just for argument's sake, right? What do you guys think is the best sounding engines in the world? Or yeah, so you can put it in the comment section. What you guys think is the best. But we'll pull in some of the runners up here. Right, so here's the RB26. Yeah, so in that case, But there's actually a fun fact about this car. This car is a this car is an well, obviously a Nissan Skyline GTR. But when you pop the hood of this car, unfortunately you can't see it. And if you go onto YouTube and see this car, you can see the engine of this car. The engine will actually say RB26. Around the on the side of the engine, but it's actually not an RB26. It's an RB28. So this engine, the Nismo 400R engine, is actually a GT 500 and a Nissan GTR LM, a Le Mans engine that's in this car. It's Nismo's race engine that's in this car. So that's how lazy in real life Nismo are. That's just how lazy Nismo is in real life is because on the when you look at this engine, it says RB26 on the cam cover. Not the cam cover, but the timing belt cover. Basically the front of the engine says RB26. But it's not. It's a RB28, so it's a race engine. Um, so the RB26 stands for race engine, 2.6 litre RB26. So if you bore them out and get an extra 2.2 litres out of them, they're called RB28s. So this is a 2.8 litre. So it should say RB28 on the engine, but Nismo are so lazy, they just left the stock RB26 end cap on the engine. And then on top of the engine, I think it says, instead of saying GTR on the engine, because this is a race engine, this is a legit race engine in this 400R, it says GTX, I think, something on the actual cam cover. But yeah, there's a fun fact. So that's obviously up there with the best sounding engines in the world. Where's the Supra? There's the Supra. So this is the 2JZ Supra engine. Yeah, so that's a bit disappointing. You can't really hear it. It only revved up once, and it was a pretty low rev. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can get it out of another Supra. With a 2JZ. That's disappointing. They're not fully revving up the 2JZ engine. Let's see if we can get another one. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, anyone that knows anything about cars knows the real sound of a 2JZ, and it's super loud. But for some reason, Gran Turismo are not revving them up fully. I don't think there's any more 2JZs. I think that's all of them in the game. I mean, these cars are. I've got the two JC engines, but you've already heard it out of the Mark IV Supra. I'm trying to get it out of another car that's in the old ones there. Subaru, that's a nice sounding car. We'll do the Subaru. We'll get the W16 Bugatti engine. And we'll do one more for the sound test, just so we can say we've covered them all. We've got to get the McLaren F1 in here. We've already done a V12, the Lamborghini, and that's the best in my opinion. But we'll throw another V12 in here. Yeah, so that's had two V12s, a W16 Bugatti engine, the two JC Supra engine, the RB26 Skyline engine. We've had two V10s, the Porsche Carrera GT, and the Lexus LFA. And I would agree they're actually the best sounding V10s in the world, albeit the Lexus being a Yamaha manipulated computer sound one. And of course, we've heard the V12 Lamborghini. And we've heard the four rotor, the rotary engine, which is the best sounding engine in the world, but it's not road legal. But listen to the Lambo one more time, because this is my favourite sounding engine in the world. That's road legal. Yo guys, I think I had my microphone muted there. Oh yeah, I did. Sorry guys, I was talking the whole time there. Yeah, sorry about that guys. I'm going to end the live stream now. I'll see you in the next live stream. Right, bye bye.